I was at a wedding this past weekend, didn't get to watch the Jackrabbit game, but I was checking the score on and off on my phone, saw the final score, 41-0, thought, wow, what a statement. Went back yesterday, watched the full game, didn't think they played their best, and what a good sign that is. To win 41-0 and still have that much room for improvement is a good sign. A lot to get to on the radio show tomorrow, but right now I want to focus on Mark. You look at his stat line, 7 for 17, 65 yards, 1 interception. What's going on? Well, hold on a second. Let's break down his first 6 throws of the game. We start right here. A little swing pass out to Griffin Wilde, pick up a couple yards. Throw number 2 goes right back to Wilde. That ball's a strike, has to be caught. Put it on his hands, in stride. He drops it. Third throw of the game. Not his best throw, it was a bit high. Does, though, hit both hands of Amar Johnson. Fourth throw of the game, avoids pressure, rolling out, can't find anyone, smartly throws the ball away. Fifth throw of the game. At first glance, you might think, the timing's just off a bit here with Goring. Well, hold on a second. Let's take another look. Clear as day as he's breaking to his cut, he's held. Should have been pass interference, wasn't called. Mark's sixth throw of the game. This is a beautiful pass to Brzean. Right down the seam. It's a touchdown, except it was called back due to holding. Look, is Mark playing his best football right now? He's not. He'd be the first one to tell you not quite playing to his standard. He did have another interception on Saturday, and that's part of a trend that I'm starting to see. I'm not a quarterback guru, but he does appear to be staring down receivers, allowing the defenders to jump the routes. Now, this is something I'd like to point out. Kevin Brenner, Davin Stoffel, Brody Gormley, Creighton Gannon, and David Elpers. The 5 tight ends that are used in the offense right now, those guys had a combined 3 career catches coming into this season. Kentrell Brzean, the new slot receiver for the Jackrabbits, had 1 career catch coming into this season. Graham Goring had 13 career catches coming into this season, and Griffin Wilde, who's been the top target so far this season, had 20 catches coming into this year. That's a combined 37 catches between that group. Last year alone, Jaden and Jackson Yonke had 108 receptions. From Mark's visit, when he was being recruited, throughout his whole playing career, and then most of the offseason last year, with those guys preparing for their pro day, that's who he was throwing to. Okay, he has a completely new cast, not to mention a new OC and a new quarterback coach as well this year. A very similar position to a quarterback is a true point guard in basketball. Your main job is to facilitate to your teammates. Once in a while, will you drive it to the hole and score yourself? Yes, just like a quarterback who here and there will take it with his legs to pick up a first down. But your main job is to distribute to others. Now in basketball, if you put a point guard with an entirely, mostly new cast, it will take him time to understand the tendencies of his teammates. The difference with basketball and football, basketball practice, you can go live 5-on-5, day in and day out. Can't quite do that in football. Mark is not getting hit in fall camp. The only time you can truly replicate a real game is on Saturdays. And right now we're seeing a group of guys who just don't have that cohesiveness right now. There were a couple more drops throughout this ball game in the third and fourth quarters. And those drops are not helping their chemistry. Just like in basketball, when a guy makes a cut and that guard sees him open, if he continues to drop and fumble those passes, he'll be apprehensive to go to those guys. It's just reality. And I'm seeing that a bit with Mark. He's double clutching at times. The timing isn't quite there. They just don't seem comfortable yet as a group. So look, I don't think it's time to panic by any means. I've had several people ask me about it. What's going on? I don't think it's really as much of a problem as you think. You look at the stat line on Saturday and you think, whoa, what's going on? But those numbers are skewed. The Jacks ran for 1,000,000 yards, okay? When you're running for the ball at will like they were, you're not going to have huge passing numbers. And there were some drops, and there was a touchdown called off the board. So let's pump the brakes here. Let's give these guys a couple more weeks. Did I think they'd be looking a little better in the passing game at this point? I did, but it hasn't quite shown up yet. It will over time. Let's give it a few more weeks and reassess then.